Hello, good morning. We'll give 1 minute, then we'll start. Okay, we have discussed so far the concept of management, the organization, and the features, characteristics of management. So today we thought of to discuss the roles and responsibility of manager. When I say manager, it means a leader. That means who lead the organization, who manage lot of activity. ତମେ ତମ ଘରେ ଦେଖ ଯିଏ ସବୁ କିଛି ମ୍ୟାନେଜ କରୁଛି ସବୁ କିଛି ଲିଡ୍ କରୁଛି ଇଜ ଏ ମ୍ୟାନେଜର ତମେ ଯଦି ଚାକିରି କରୁଛ ଇନ୍ an organization you will find people who lead the most of the things so they are manager in big organization you will see people who manage a lot of things their purchase their sales their customer satisfaction their finance everything. It is dependent on multiple managers. Or if you have small organization, you will have one manager. So they do a lot of things. So basically, the roles and responsibility are having three components. You see the slide. These are basically skills and different qualities of a manager. Interpersonal skills, informational skills, decision-making skills. We'll understand each of these. You just remember the key points that it will be easy to write. So under this interpersonal and informational and decision making, you will see numerous points, numerous activities what a manager can do. If you see the definition in the slide is written, Interpersonal skill managers often interact with variety of people. Your interaction, your communication. So a manager has to talk with employees, with subordinates, with higher management, with different counterpart, different competitors, leadership in the community, in the society. So all the skill is coming under interpersonal skill. Informational skill, managers may have the role where they provide information to employees and community. You have seen people who get all information from different organization, different source, they share it to the subordinate. And that is informational skill. Decision making skill. Decision making is something is very important at each step. Whenever you take any activity, so a lot of decision depends on that. Managers may hire new employees. In hiring also you have to take decision. In bigger activities, suppose you have to open a branch or open a new office or renovate your existing office or introduce a new product, do something. So a lot of decision making is required in each and every activity. So these are the three components of managers' roles and responsibility: interpersonal, informational, decision making. The roles and responsibility is to support and guide the employees. So whoever working under you, you are supporting them by applying various responsibilities. So the people who are working with you, they should trust you. So that kind of relationship, trust, and should be automatically built up. And mentoring guide means mentoring, training, so all this required to the employee. The manager, if you are not a good manager, if you are not a good mentor, so people will not listen. That relationship, what I'm talking about, trust and belief will not come like that. So that you have to inculcate and develop within your skill. Develop a plan and action, address and deal with any potential workplace hazard. That means suppose there is a problem, there is a dispute, there is a fighting between employees. You have to solve that, including workplace violence. Suppose there is a violence happening in your office. କିଛି ଗଣ୍ଡଗୋଳ ହେଲେ କିଛି ମାରପିଟ ହେଲେ you should have presence of mind to solve. Ensure employees are trained in proper procedure. Training, mentoring, all these are required, all these are coming under roles and responsibility. Under these three components, we'll see what are the different activities coming into picture. In the next slide, you will understand what are there in the three components. See, interpersonal, informational, and decision making. I'll go to the next slide. Under informational and interpersonal and decision making, there are different points in this slide. If you see, there are three components. Under each component, we have 3 to 4 skills required. As I was telling, interpersonal, so what is figurehead, what is leader, what is liaison, what is informational skills, monitoring, disseminator, spokesperson. entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator. So all this will see the definition of each and every point. You must have seen in your organization, in your family, you take any in your class or school, there will be some people who are go-to person. You ask any question, anything, you will have answer with them. So those people are known as go-to person in your organization. Suppose in your family, you take any person, any family, just hold. Sorry for disturbing. So I was talking about figurehead. Figurehead means the go-to person. In your family, if you take example of your father, ତମେ ବାପାଙ୍କୁ ଯେକୌଣସି ଜିନିଷ ପଚାର, you will have answer with them. So that is go-to person. Go-to person. So that is the meaning of figurehead. So if you will find that kind of person in any organization, in any company, in any family or organization, you will find go-to person. Similarly, leader. A manager may have lead the staff by providing employees with vision and long-term goals. If you have seen people who are having a long-term vision, they can see 10 years, 20 years ahead of time. What will happen next year? What will happen next year? Everyone cannot see. That type of leader is required. Lia- Liaison. A manager may serve as the connection between other departments in organization. Suppose there are some people they interact with others. They talk to the competitors. They talk to different departments. Suppose you are handling the sales. So you interact always with purchase. You interact always with production and finance. So people have good relations with other cross departmental relation. So that kind of people are known as liaison. Monitor, people who can may monitor the productivity and well-being of their employees. So they have all knowledge about the people who are working with them and what is the status of the organization, what is the status of the department. So they keep an eye on everything. So that type of people that type of skill is required for a manager. Monitoring. Disseminator. What is the meaning of disseminator? There are some people who share the information to the subordinate, whatever they have. Suppose you are a manager. You know that the company is growing, company is opening a branch office, or your you take a small example at your home. Suppose your father know or you know that you are making a new house in next year and you are translating the same thing, you are passing the information to your subordinate, to other family members. Means whatever you know through that, you by using that information, you are motivating others. The people will be happy, okay, we'll have a new house, we'll have a new branch, we'll have a new office. So some information, whatever you have, you are actually communicating typically from the people in executive leadership with their employees. So you get to know that information from higher management, from top management. Then you will pass the information to the subordinate. So these are the different qualities: figurehead, leader, liaison, monitor, disseminator. These are the different roles and responsibility and skills required for a manager. There are other things. Spokesperson. Here, the communication skill is very much required. A manager can be advocate to the organization. Suppose you are talking to a different organization, so you are actually representing the organization you are working on. So your communication skill, your presentation skill is very important so that you will talk on behalf of the organization and you should know the overall goal of the organization manager of the see this definition. A manager can advocate of the organization. That means you are talking on behalf of the organization. Entrepreneur. Manager often solve the problem and brainstorm new ideas for the company and their departments. So you invite the new ideas and what people are thinking. Then you brainstorm with those ideas and bring the outcome of those ideas. What is the thought process? What is going with the employee's mind? You read out the pulse of the employees, and based on that, you communicate the same and brainstorm the ideas to the subordinate. This is exactly same thing written in the definition. अब गोटे पॉइंट अच्छी डिस्टर्बेंस हैंडलर सपोज किसी कंप्लीट है एम्प्लॉइंग के भीतर if you are facing any conflict, any quarrel between employees, between any dispute. So, how quickly, how positively you are solving the problem. That can happen in unexpected way, and how you are handling the resource and how you are allocating. Resource allocation is one skill. You must have seen that movie. What is that? Uh, that one movie came few years back, Lagan. So how that person, how the captain is allocating the resource in different segment, in different activities based on the skills. So if someone is good in throwing the ball, if someone is good in batting, if someone is good in spin, so you allocate based on their skills, based on their qualities, what they do. And you observe that whenever you are working with them. Not necessarily everyone can do everything. So that skill is required, the roles and responsibility. That skill is required, and that is known as resource allocation. When you are allocating the work, someone is good in writing, someone is good in communicating, someone is good in sitting and doing the work independently, someone is doing a corporate activity, strategical activity. So you allocate the resources based on their skills. Negotiation is one other skill. Negotiation, when person is talking to different person, like your competitors or sales, negotiation skill is very much required. You negotiate between two parties. Manager may deal with negotiation within the team and organization. Negotiating allows them to reach a compromise with the parties. So if there is a conflict on the pricing matter, on any subject, on anything, so you pull both the parties and negotiate between them and talk to them, understand their concern, and come to a common conclusion. So that skill is very much required for a manager, negotiator. So these are the skills in the earlier chart we have seen: interpersonal, informational, and decision making. There are broadly three components. Under each component, there are different skills required for the manager. And the question in the exam may come in different types, like roles and responsibility. What qualities required for a manager? What are the roles and responsibility? So for everything, you can write these points, remember these points, whatever they are in the chart, and you can bullet it in different manner. Then we'll go through the how this quality, how we can build up manager as a profession, management as a profession. So that is also in your syllabus. Other than this, there are some more qualities you can, like I was telling you, mentoring, guiding. This quality we have written: representative, mentoring, trainer, mediator, policy enforcer. So these are like when I was talking, I told you. So mentor is something is a very important term in management. Trainer. So what are the activities in this training? You have to decide the training calendar, what is the training requirement, and when the training will impact it to the team, who is giving the training, whether the training will happen internally or externally. So all those things you have to work on. You have to make sure the people are well trained. Suppose your department is buying a new technology or new tools and your members are not aware to operate that. So if there is a need for that training, so as a manager, you have to identify that need. You have to make sure that training is provided to the people. Mediator. This is the skill I was talking in the last point. Negotiator. So when you negotiate, when you talk to different parties, so you play this role. You control both the parties, both the concern, and both the conflict between all the employees and customers. You play the role between both the parties and play that role to solve their dispute, their problem between both the parties. Policy and versus. Suppose a company's government is coming with the new rules and regulation, or your company is coming with the new policy, how you will train you and explain you to the team, that is important. So these roles and responsibility question may come in three, four different types. You remember all the key points and narrate it to the and explain it on each point. There are you can write all points and you can give some example from a small organization or some big organization, whatever you have. Then we'll read management as a profession. Then we'll go to the next chapter. Today we'll not take any break. We'll close the class and for your attendance, similarly, you give me your name in the chat box. In the chat box, you give me your name. I'll collect the attendance from there. We'll not take any break today. We'll conclude the class here. Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow maybe we'll not have class. I'll send the PPT, whatever we discussed, the roles and responsibilities. These are important. This is a definite questions will come. So prepare well, and next class we'll revise little bit whatever we studied so far, then we'll go to the new topic. Thank you.